Welcome back. Here I am inside project responsive website demo that we have created in our last module. So we have already set up the bootstrap in our project. So let's first add a simple HTML page in our website. So right click on the website and select add from the context menu and select HTML page. Name it as home.html. So here we have added a simple HTML page in our website. So now let's add the bootstrap in the page that we have added. So add bootstrap.css at the header section and bootstrap.js at the bottom of the body. We also need to add the jQuery prior to bootstrap as bootstrap.js has dependency on the JavaScript. So now let's add some HTML markup to create layout as displayed on the screen. So let's add header, footer, and section. Header, footer and section element are new to HTML5. So if you are not familiar with HTML5 elements, so you can consider them as plain div element. These elements are working as a container for us. We are going to place some content inside the header, section and footer element. So here I have added some simple HTML markup, header, section and footer element. Inside the section element I have added the three column: first left navigation, second main content and third related content. So let's add some this bootstrap responsive classes. Header, section and footer element are the container. So let's add class container inside the header. So I have added class container on header, section and footer element. Let's add more classes as I stated earlier that we need to add the class container on the container element, and inside the container we have to add class row, and inside the class row we have to add the class column, and inside the class column we have to place our HTML controls. So let's add these classes in our demo. So inside the class container we have to add class row, and inside the class row we have three different columns. So let's add the column classes on these div elements. First add the column classes for the desktop view. Let's add three columns for the left navigation and next six column for the main content and last three column for the other related content. So on the left navigation let's add class call md3, and for the main content let's add call md6, and for the last let's add class call md3. Till this point we have added header on the top and footer on the bottom. In between we have added the three columns, one for left navigation, one for middle content and last for the related content. So now let's add some CSS with the markup. Right click on the content folder and select add from the context menu and select add style sheet. Name it site.css. So now let's add some CSS in this file. So I have added some CSS on the file. For the body I have set the font size of 30 pixel and font weight to bold. For header and footer we want height of header footer to be 100 pixel, and I have added WebKit linear gradient to provide cool effects as the background color. For the fallback I have added background color to green and provided some padding and margin and set the text alignment center. For the left nav and related content I have set the padding 5 pixel and background color to light gray, and also minimum height to 730 pixel, and for the main content I have set the minimum height to 730 pixel. So let's add this CSS class to our HTML page. So I have added this site.css class below the bootstrap.css. So now let's see the how our web page look on the browser. So select the web page and select view on browser. So now we have header on the top and footer on the bottom. In between we have three columns. First column for left navigation, second column for the main content, and third column for the related content. So first column is taking the first three column, main content is taking the next six column, and related content is taking the last three column. We have everything inside the class container, and inside the class container we have class row, and inside the class row we have three column: left navigation, main content, and related content. So let's understand what is the difference between class container and container fluid. As I stated earlier, we can either apply class container or container fluid on the element that are containing the other element. Class container take the fixed width for different device sizes, while the class container fluid take the complete width of the port. So we have applied the class container. We can see if we start reducing the browser size, it is still taking the a fixed width. We can see the exact width taken by the class container inside the bootstrap.css. If we search for class container inside the bootstrap, then we can see for the devices that are width 768 pixel, the class container will take the 750 pixel, and for the devices of 1200 pixel, the class container will take the 1170 pixel, and the devices having width 992 pixel, the class container will take the 970 pixel. Now let's change the class container to container fluid and see how our website looks after changing this to container fluid. So let's change the class container to container fluid. Save the changes and refresh the page. So now we can see this is taking the complete width of the viewport, and if we reduce the device size, it is still taking the complete width of the available space. On the next video, I will demonstrate the different use cases to understand more about visual breakpoints and bootstrap grid classes and their behavior on different device sizes.